everyone, welcome back to What's Cooking. I'm Abigail Munalula, I'm your host. We're out here at Kitchen-13 and today's guest is the manager of NAMCOR in the areas of communications, public relations, and marketing. Now, this guest is also known as the Watch Guy Nam. He is also known to own a digital marketing company. My goodness, there's so much there. So you guys should stay tuned and learn as much as you can from him. Let's go.
Good day, viewers, and welcome to this week's edition of Erongo Talk. My name is Leandrea Mouwer.
I am your host, Frida Moloto.
I am Emerita Shikesho.
I am Patricia Tanapo. Now, as usual, we bring you the latest news, some sports news, as well as the weather and tides.
Om die eerste wen te kry, is 'n goeie gevoel, man.
Is that the goal, Joy?
Yes, that is currently the goal.
Phenomenal. I feel nice, creative team.
To catch up for more news stories, visit our online channel, oneup2.com, or you can visit our website at www.erongo.com.na. Alternatively, you can check out our DSTV channel, channel 285, and GoTV, channel 25.
Welcome back, everyone. We're finally in the kitchen. We're ready. We are excited. Today's guest, the one and only Paulo Huelo, is here with us.
Hi, Abigail. Hi.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you for
welcome to
having
What's
me,
Cooking.
I appreciate that. I'm happy to be here. And Abby, what's cooking today?
Oh, we should be asking you that.
Today
Now-
I'll be making a lasagna. Simple,
Yes,
homemade, some Italian, Portuguese mixed together, and let's have some fun.
I heard it's very special, very peculiar.
Not peculiar, especially
In a
in
good
the sense,
way.
Yeah, in the sense that
The best way.
this was a recipe passed down to me by my mother. So as you can see, there wasn't a lot of measuring. It's just everything you do by feel and by sight.
Yes.
And it's not very specific, exact science, but you just gotta make it. And the special ingredient is just care and attention to details and love in the food, because it just tastes that much better.
What is that word you used for it? You said you check by what?
You just know. You just look. You check by feel.
You check by feel. I love that. That's our new slogan. You check by feel, ne?
By feel. How you feel.
So yes, everyone, we're very excited to have Paulo Huelo
Coelho. Yeah.
Coelho here with us today. We're very excited, and so we have prepped the mince. We've prepped, just the mince so far that we've prepped off screen. That's here smelling so good. I can smell all that basil. I think basil was was very important.
Absolutely. Freshly chopped, nice
today.
and clean.
Yes. He even showed us what is it? A
The technique is trying not to
Julienne
cut your
technique.
fingers. Yeah, don't cut your fingers.
Yes, that's right. So now we're going on to the sauce and
The white sauce.
Yeah, the white sauce. But while we're doing that, Paulo, I would love to hear, who are you exactly?
Who am I?
Because let me explain. Paulo is so multifaceted. Everything and anything you can do, and it's amazing.
Well, I believe anybody can do anything and everything if they really put their minds to it. But okay.
You see, with
Guess
that
that's just me.
mindset. Yeah.
Watch up, guys. This is the popular catchphrase that I use. People always regurgitate back to me when I see them in the street. They're like, hey, watch up, Paulo. I am Paulo Coelho, proudly born in Namibia. I'm from Katima Mulelu. I live in Windhoek. I am the current marketing comms and PR manager at the National Petroleum Corporation of Namibia. I am the Watch Guy Namibia. I sell high-end luxury watches. I own a digital marketing agency. So I'm an entrepreneur with my side hustles. I have a day job, and I'm here with Abigail on What's Cooking. And I'm excited to be here today.
Exactly, and now we're trying to find out what's cooking in his life, because everyone knows, Paulo, he's this, he's that, all these amazing things.
Right. Comedy,
but
MC, I used to have a TV show, football.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot there. So I'm very excited. But anyway, so now we'll start, right? Just take us through what you're going to be doing.
I'll
shortly.
be making the white sauce that you interlay with your lasagna. So I got my milk, my mozzarella, salt, pepper, and some flour and butter. So we're going to make the white sauce nice and creamy. And then we're going to construct the lasagna, pop it in the oven, wait a couple, good 20, 30, 40 minutes. And then we're going to eat.
We're very inquisitive at what's cooking.
Absolutely.
Okay, so while we do that, I'm your assistant today. Is there anything you need me to do?
Absolutely not. First, we'll put in the
Okay.
milk.
I get to just stand here
Yeah, I
and
know.
ask as many questions, be as nosy for you guys as I want, as much as I want to.
So I'm putting in the milk. I'm going to let that heat up a little bit. I'm putting in the salt.
Yes, so I'd like to know,
Yeah, shoot.
Paolo,
Yeah.
how, I'm curious about what is your philosophy about your career? Because
Career?
one thing about you that I've seen, most people, they focus on a niche, but one thing that I really admire about you is you have all these aspects of yourself that you've developed, that you pour into, and it makes you well-rounded. So I'd like to understand, there must be a philosophy behind that.
Yes.
Instead of,
There's a
Paolo
lot.
is just a teacher,
Yeah.
or is just going to be a doctor.
Well, there's
Right?
a lot into that because you don't want to get stuck in one type of thing where you're only seen as a one-dimensional person. So I always believe firmly in upskilling in whatever industry you're in. Learn more about the industry, and in Robert Greene's book of Mastery, he always says you got to follow your primal curiosity. So whatever's really you were curious about as a child is something you should follow. And as humans, we always tend to just go into something that we feel is the right fit. There was another book I recently read that I also enjoyed where his argument was, in terms of your career, you shouldn't specialize too early. And if you look at it, he talked about different athletes. Tom Brady wasn't a football player from the start. He was actually a baseball player. He transitioned. Roger Federer tried soccer, hockey, all sorts of other sports before he became obviously known for tennis. So the key is you shouldn't specialize too early, and you shouldn't over-specialize too quickly. Find your niche and try different things until you find something that fits for you. I feel that it's also right and wrong, but I like to try a lot of different things because you always need to focus on, especially as an entrepreneur, focus on what you're good at and what is working for you and for your business.
Yeah.
Trying to explore new things while focusing on what you're good at, and then just getting better at the thing that you're already good at. So it's balancing all of that, and I always advocate for upskilling. You don't know enough to know enough. And there's so much abundance in resources when you read biographies and learn from other people's mistakes, because you're not going to live long enough to make them all yourself.
Oh my goodness, that one's interesting. Myself, I love to read Robert Greene. Very interesting.
48 Laws of Power is a must. But okay.
A very good book. But outside of that, I was curious then. I'm sure you've read autobiographies that are... Have you read many of them, or just...
I range in my reading from fiction, non-fiction, PD books, biographies. I do enjoy biographies because you want to know what someone went through, what they were thinking. One of my favorites is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Yeah, it's too slow.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're going to turn up the heat.
On-
I mean
in terms
that
of the intensity of
metaphorically
questions,
as
yeah.
well.
Pun intended. Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning was a really good book. He was a Jewish prisoner in the Nazi concentration camp in Auschwitz. He survived 2 different death camps, and that's when he came up with the theory of logotherapy, where you essentially assign meaning to your life. And he knew that his meaning was to tell the story of Auschwitz and help others with his psychological theory. And it's just, I mean, if you can read that book and see what this person went through, who are you to complain about getting to work 5 minutes late because traffic was trash?
A lot. No, that's a lot. That's. Now, there's so much to unpack there. I really want to hear more, but first we're going to go into a break now, finish this off, and we'll see you guys just now. Hello guys, welcome back. We have definitely been productive here
Very.
in the kitchen. So we're ready with the next steps that Paolo is going to show us.
Yeah, we're going to construct the lasagna. And I think before we proceed, I would like to say shout out to Namab Mills for hosting us today. It's actually a nice kitchen and
So good.
clean, and I'm actually having a lot of fun. And I hope the food is delicious. And I'm sure you viewers at home would hope to also have a piece. But
That's true. And it's aesthetic. That's very important to me. That's something you'll learn. It's so aesthetic. So guys, let's dig in. I want to know watch cooking. Did you catch that one?
Watch cooking.
Watch cooking.
I totally get it. Totally
See,
get it.
I can make the corny, the corny little phrases too. But yes, I want to know watch cooking. I have some questions about the watch guy.
So while you ask my question, I'm going to grease the pan.
So
All right,
we are going to play a game then. We'll try our best to speak while trying to avoid.
We're not.
Trying to avoid
She
that.
walked away, you came back, and continue. So you had a question for me,
Yes,
and
yes.
I'm going to lay out the
You know-
lasagna sheets while you ask me your question.
That's right.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
very curious about the watch guy Nam.
All right.
How did it start out? That's your baby. I know you're so passionate about it.
About watches.
Yes.
Oh, I'm very passionate. It annoys people because I'll literally just walk up to a guy or someone in the middle of the street, a random coffee shop, and I'm like, hey, nice Rolex Submariner reference number 126610LN or LV or L. And he's like, what? I'm like, that's really nice. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you have a really nice watch. When they don't know the reference number or the watch they're wearing, I'm wearing a GMT today. This is AKA the root beer. I don't know, man. When we were growing up, my mom had My mom had a small little guest house, so lasagna sheets, mince. We layer everything: lasagna sheets, mince, white sauce, lasagna sheet, mince. So just half of this. My mom had a guest house when we were growing up, and we always used to have a lot of Angolans and Portuguese people coming, and they always used to come with US dollars, and they all looked like they had money, and all of them seemingly just had really nice watches, and I just kind of always associated like wealth with watches, and when you start making money, you get a nice watch.
Yeah.
And I've always liked watches in the sense that a lot of them appreciate in value over time. So if you buy the right model, you can resell it for more than what you bought it for, not like a car. And just the way they're made by hand, and a lot of them will outlast both of us. I've got a watch from 1942, one from the 1950s, one from 77, one from 84. It's my date. And the watches still work, and I'm going to hand them down. It's going to stay in the family. And that's something that always just that I enjoyed about watches, is that they're going to last a very long time. So now you pour in the white sauce so it's nice and creamy and thick, and then we lay it out nicely. So the watch guy is my business, and I got into it because it actually was random. I knew about watches, and someone called me saying, hey, I need to offload this watch. Can you help me? And then I brokered that deal. The watch sold in SA. And I was like, hey, this could be legit. And that's when I started meeting other watch dealers in South Africa, Dubai, Angola. And there's like a whole network. And I just realized, hey, this could be like a lucrative business. Lay it for me. Okay. And that's when I started the Watch Guy Nam. The Watch Guy Nam is the Instagram channel, but the company is actually called Luxury Time Namibia because it's the luxury of time. And time is a luxury. So that's how that happened. And it's not such a big business here in Namibia just yet. We don't have any big brands, any authorized dealers, and I'm hoping to be, at one point in my life, I'm hoping to be the end-all, be-all of watches in Nam. If someone needs a Rolly, a AP, Patek, Omega, they will call me.
Yeah.
When Namibia gets to that level. So yeah,
That is
that's how
very
the watch guy
beautiful.
was born. And I've just always liked watches, man. At one point, I considered quitting my job and doing a sabbatical in the UK or Switzerland or Germany to learn how to build watches.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I would have been a watchmaker. I would
Wow.
have made my own brand.
No, then I hit the spot because I knew how you express your passion about your watches. It's very evident.
But you can have more than one passion. I'm passionate about football.
That's
passionate
true.
about marketing and branding.
That's
passionate about comedy, cooking. But yeah, you can have more than one passion.
Yeah.
But yes, so that's life. Any other questions you'd like to ask?
Of course. There's always more questions. I'm wondering, with the watch guy Nam, that's what most of us are used to. Is there any experience that you had that you feel like you'd never have had if it wasn't for
watches?
For starting? Yeah.
There were a few experiences. I mean, once I started selling more watches and meeting more people in the industry, I started getting invited to more and more things. I was invited to the year-end function of another big watch brand in South Africa. I got to meet Dricus du Plessis. I got to hang out with some other watch dealers and talk about really nice watches. I mean,
Spirited, right?
yeah, I was in a place where I saw watches that I would never see in Namibia. We don't have Vacheron Constantin here. We don't have that many APs that I'm aware of, and some really nice Pateks. So yeah, I got to meet a lot of people, good network, and it's nice. I once almost brokered a deal with Nico Leonard. He's a very famous, he's the guy that always reacts to people's watches. He actually responded to me on the grams, and he actually bought a watch for me, but the logistics, it's enough. The logistics of getting it to Ireland were just too much, but yeah. So I got a lot of opportunities through watches, but also get a lot of opportunities through networking and, you know, just being involved and being active. And always just trying to put two and two together.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of what you're passionate about. It definitely opens all the other doors for what you were created to be.
Absolutely.
And do. So there's so much beauty in that. But before we get into more, we're going to put this into the
Absolutely.
oven,
So
right?
the lasagna is layered and constructed. Now we pop it in the oven, and she's going to ask me one more question, and then hopefully through the magic of television, after that question, the lasagna is done.
So we're going to ask that one more question after this break.
Chill Sessions is a music video countdown where we count down the top 5 Namibian music videos for the week. On the show, we also get to interview artists who are behind these music videos. The show airs every Saturday at 7 p.m. on NTV.
Welcome back, guys. Paulo and myself are seated. We are so excited to dig in. Look how beautiful that looks.
Looks good.
I must say, you outdid yourself.
Thank you very much.
I was doubting, I have to confess.
I had no doubts in my ability to make food.
You know, it looks beautiful. But yeah, guys, while we taste this, I do wanna know.
Yeah, shoot.
I do wanna know, what is your day to day?
Like an average day in my life.
Yeah. Like, how do you manage all your responsibilities? The different ways that you show up.
As an entrepreneur and as a salaried employee, my day starts typically around 4:30, quarter to 5. That's when I do my first run, stretch, have my first meal of the day. I like getting up early and getting things done before the day gets too hectic. I'm not on my phone, I don't drink coffee, I'm just focused. Then I get to the office nice and early. I grind out. I like to do patches of focus work where, you know, I'm not on my phone. And I just try to manage everything and delegate. Is the food good?
It's so good.
I was worried. And then, you know, after work, I hit gym. So I have the second session of the day where I work out. And then I'm just home. And I try not to be on my phone when I'm at home. Like Zig Ziglar always says, you can't be at the beach when you're at the office, and you can't be at the office when you're at the beach. And what he means by that is you're at work and you're stressing about you want to be on the beach, you want to chill, but then you rush your work, and when you finally get to the beach, you go to Swakop, you're sitting thinking about work because you're still in the office. So when I'm at home, I'm at home. I try to be. When I'm on the soccer pitch, I'm on the soccer pitch. When I'm at the gym, I'm at the gym.
Wow.
So it's being focused and just trying to get a lot of things done, but productively, and just making sure that everything's met, all my standards are met.
Yeah. No, I love what you said there about basically being present. That's very important to me.
Have to be.
I am curious, like, how do you be present? Even though you told me now, yes, when you're there, you tell yourself, okay, I'm here, you know, I'm focusing on this. But how do you fight that temptation?
You eliminate temptations. What I try to do is, before I go to bed, I read. I'm not on my phone.
Yeah.
I try to eliminate distractions. And I just try to be more mindful of my surroundings and things, because we take a lot of things for granted. And when I want to be present, I try my best. And it's very difficult for someone like me that has ADHD and a lot of energy. So it's just better for me to always try and just keep my squirrels in one cage, so to speak.
I mean, I must say, it looks like you're doing a great job at it.
Thank you.
I think one metric I use to measure if someone's doing very well is, I guess, like, what have you achieved? I look at what someone has achieved, and I see that there's the quality of everything that you've done. So
I've grown in my career considerably. I'm very proud of that. I've achieved quite a bit, things that people said I would never achieve.
Yeah.
Lots, but it's stepping stones. And what we spoke about earlier when we were talking about Robert Greene's The 48 Laws is just, mind your time. When you're ready, strike. Opportunity is, luck is when opportunity meets preparation. So stay prepared and just be ready for any opportunity that comes, because opportunity will knock once or twice and no more.
Yeah. I mean, and just like piggybacking off of what you just said now, I would love some more golden nuggets. I would love to hear.
What kind of nuggets?
Some golden nuggets. I think, especially, some golden nuggets as far as really being bold to go for what you want to go for, because you are very bold. You just decide, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna talk to that person right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna network with that person.
I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in Ed Milet's book, The Power of One, he always argues that you're literally one phone call, one meeting, one chance happening, one cup of coffee away from your next big break. So I try to open as many doors as possible. I do believe in going after what you want wholeheartedly, and I believe indecision is deadly. So I don't like to wait for things.
Sure.
And today I wanted to also express very authentically and openly that the road of being an entrepreneur is not all sunshine and rainbows. It's like the ocean, ebb and flows, waves. You get a period where you have to put your head down and grind, and then you get the period where you have to put your head up and look for opportunities. There are dark times as an entrepreneur. There are times when you want to quit, and there's not always someone there patting your back saying, hey, you can do this, keep going. And it's difficult. Same with gym. If you gym alone, you need to be a self-starter, you need to be disciplined. And I like to apply the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule. I don't give my mind time to think. If I want to do something, I'm just going to jump. Same in the morning. My alarm clock goes off. I don't lie there and think about, am I going to get up and run? I count to 5 and I move. Like, you just go. So I don't always believe in motivation. Just if you're disciplined enough, you'll get things done.
Oh, wow.
In a nutshell.
I love that.
There were a lot of nuggets.
A lot of nuggets in one. That's why I always ask. That's why I always want to know what's cooking.
What's cooking? What's cooking?
Watch cooking. I thought we were fist bumping.
Oh, sorry.
Watch cooking. Except I should have had my watch. I should check out some of your watches. I cannot afford them.
Yet.
Yes, we speak it into existence.
Absolutely.
I cannot afford them, but yeah, one day.
One day. We spoke about that earlier as well.
Yeah.
When the camera's off. Liberating truths and limiting beliefs. She can't say, I can't afford it. I told her she must say, not afford it yet. If you fight for your limiting belief that you're not good enough, strong enough, right for the position, then you get to keep your limiting beliefs. You need to always fix them with a liberating truth and tell yourself the truth. I'm not a fast reader yet. I'm not going to get that watch yet, but I can if I do X, Y, Z. So, anyways.
Oh, beautifully said. Over a beautiful meal.
Lekker.
I must say, it's amazing here at Kitchen 82. So we're having the best time. I'd like to know more, but unfortunately, time is so limited.
It's a finite resource.
Yeah. So we will need to go now, and we will finish the rest of our delicious lasagna.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next time on Sunday. Remember, you can catch us on DSTV channel 285 or GoTV channel 25. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and also oneup2.com. So yeah.
Sure, that's a lot. Mouthful. You can catch me on The Watch Guy Now.
Everywhere. On The Watch Guy Now.
The Watch Guy Now.
Is that only Instagram?
Instagram, TikTok, and I think Facebook.
Okay. What about if people want to reach out to you outside of?
Oh, then they can visit my website.
Or your website.
www.foxglovenam.com or hello@foxglovenam.com.
By the way, his website is amazing.
Very chill.
It's so cool. It's up there.
No
that
pressure.
Level,
No, it's not.
guys.
Okay.
Ooh, you should go check it out. But we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.